opening the business, it's always sounds very easy.
I couldn't imagine myself back then because like
That's
working
true.
as a factory worker, and then right now I'm doing English teaching and a businesses in Poland. After applying in Warsaw, I like received lots of offers. So they offered me like a good salary, honestly. I was like, nie, ale nie mówisz po angielsku.
Anna, hello. Thank you for participating us in this second podcast. I will have a lot of questions to you. Unfortunately, we don't have so much time to explain to people how interesting Poland can be for the expats who are coming from Philippines. So we'll take the most interesting parts that I'll be asking you. Okay, I have a first question. What kind of background do you have from Philippines, and how did you decide to move to Poland?
So honestly, like I'm not from a rich family or from a poor family in our country. So I'm like in standard living. So I decided to move to Poland, but like first, I went to Hong Kong. So I worked in Hong Kong for 3 months, and I was like trying to apply to Canada. So I went to Hong Kong for Canada, but that time like it kind of expensive for me. It's really expensive for me to go to Canada, and I was like thinking, oh, how about Europe? Mm-hmm. And then I was like trying to find some agencies who process applications to Europe, and I found this agency, like they were processing applications to Turkey and to Russia, mm-hmm. and I found out that they are just like giving me tourist visa, yeah. And after 3 months, they will not gonna help me, whatever will happen to me. And I was like trying to find some agencies, and I found these agencies, and then they were processing Poland and Czech Republic. And I was like applying to Poland. And then the owner of the agency, she was telling me that, oh, I think it's better for you to apply to Czech Republic because like they have a good offer, like the salary is way more better than Poland. And then in Poland, you will work to the factory. And honestly, the salary isn't good. But okay, so I applied to Czech Republic because honestly, Hong Kong, Taiwan is a stepping stone for us as an Asian or a Filipino to enter Canada. We were processing our requirements, so we had medical exam, and then we're almost done, and then just only the visa. So we need to obtain a visa. And then after that, we receive a call from a Czech Republic embassy that they are not like giving us visa because in the first place, they have lots of applicants. So majority of the applicants back then, they were changing applications from Czech Republic to Poland. And some of the applicants, they were my friends. And then they were asking me, Anna, why you don't want to move your application from Czech Republic to Poland? It's easiest. And I was like telling them, because like the job in Poland isn't good, it's a factory, and then the salary also isn't good. So we knew it before we entered Poland. But like we already paid the agency, and then we couldn't have any refund from them. So yeah, I was like thinking, okay, what if like I transfer my application from Czech Republic to Poland, and after 4 months I will be in Poland. So I moved my application from Czech Republic to Poland, and after 4 months I'm here. Mm-hmm. And my first job here wasn't really good. So I was like working in a factory. Mm-hmm. Then after 2 months, I met my friend. So he's an English teacher. So he's Polish, but he used to teach for more than 10 years. And then he was encouraging me, why Anna, why you don't want to like teach English?
Exactly.
Because like, as I can see that you have a capability to teach English. And I was like, oh, honestly, like I don't have experience. And then my English isn't that good because like I don't use English normally. But you can speak English. And I was like, okay, I need to think about it. Give me like a month. So yeah, and after a month, I sent him a message, and I was like asking how about like the English offer you have said. And then he said, oh yeah. And then he said that like I'll be catching up with you. We're gonna make your CV, and then I will be helping you how to find the schools. So yeah, he went to our apartment back then, and then like we went to a cafe. and then we did the CV. And then after that, like he helped me to register to a Polish website, like a Polish website for foreign teachers. So I log in there, and then I had an account, and then every day I receive emails from different parts of Poland, different schools, and yeah. But like I tried to apply, but they were rejecting me because like I don't have an English teaching background. I studied computer programming when I was in the Philippines, and yeah, they told me that we need someone who has a certificate
Some pedagogical education.
Yes,
so.
exactly. So yeah, I studied. So it took me 2 years, I guess. Like I studied. I had my TEFL certificate from Poland. I attended many English camps. I attended many English organizations just to have a certificate.
And it was everything beside your work? You were also attending all those programs, right?
Yes. So while doing those programs, I was also doing part-time English teaching. So at the beginning, I was earning 40 zloty, 50 zloty per hour. And then like after the 40, 50 zloty, it grows until like 60, 70. And then like I can charge 100 sometimes.
Yeah, guys, this is very important thing. About your excuses, please don't tell that in Poland it's impossible to find a job. You can find a job in the sector of your life which you love and you want to work in. So just your engagement and more motivation will help you to find a job very quick. Yeah.
Yes, honestly, like in Poland, you need to find the place where you fit. So that's what I did. So I was doing the camps, I was doing the trainings, and like in any English organizations, and then it helped me a lot. So it helped me a lot. So I gained certificates, experience, trainings, and then after like receiving my English teaching certificate, I applied, and then luckily I applied in Warsaw. After applying in Warsaw, I like received lots of offers. So they offered me like a good salary, honestly. So those are English language schools. And I was like, oh my God, like honestly, like teaching after a year teaching, like my life, it could be better compared to what I had. And then like, yeah, honestly, and then I started like doing the English teaching for like full-time English teaching for almost 3 years. And then right now I'm also a cargo boxes distributor for like my fellow Filipinos in Poland. So the business is about, I'm distributing boxes in different parts of Poland. So they need to fill those boxes. And then if the boxes is full, they're gonna send me all the informations, and then our office in Czech Republic. So it's a GTS cargo company. So they are picking, yeah. So our office is liable for picking and sending those boxes, like cargo or like big cargo boxes, to the Philippines.
Okay, so this is additional thing which you are also managing.
Yeah,
nowadays.
and then yeah, and I honestly like enjoying doing that because like I don't need to work really hard. They are just like contacting me. Can we order boxes from you? And then I ship. The community helped me a lot to promote the business.
And that guy who is Polish, who helped you to enter the business of English teaching, so you are still communicating with him, right?
Yes, so like...
Or you're working together?
No, like he lives in Koszalin.
Okay.
So he lives in Koszalin. But like after some time, like we met like when he has a training, like when we had a training in Warsaw, so we met. And then I think this coming summer. So we just like met for a couple of drinks and like talk about our lives, and that's all. And then he was like telling me, Anna, I'm so really proud of you because like as a factory worker at in the first place, now you're like doing teaching and then you have businesses. And I was like, yeah, I also like, I couldn't imagine myself back then because like
That's
working
true.
as a factory worker, and then right now I'm doing English teaching and a businesses in Poland.
Yeah, it's absolutely another universe. And he was that provider who helped you to jump like
Yes,
from one universe to
exactly.
another.
That's why I'm grateful for him. And then he was telling me that like, you work really hard for it. So I'm just like a small thing for that success. But like honestly, I am very thankful because I met him. And then and I met lots of English teachers around from different countries. It's honestly I can say like international English teachers. So I've been working for more than 300 teachers from different countries. So majority of my colleagues, they are from the UK, the US, Africans, and the Europe. I've met also like Asian English teachers, but few English teachers from Southeast Asia. But I'm also glad because like I met them.
That's cool. And you told also previously that you have some association certificate with some American association. You remember? I attended the English camp. So it's a Polish American English Teaching Foundation. So that my friend from Koszalin, so he is also part of that organization, of that foundation. So we were like helping Ukrainian students and Polish students. So they don't have a capability to send their children into a private English program. So I honestly volunteering, like I'm doing volunteering with that foundation. So like maximum like 80 students per week. So we have that. So I'm glad because like I can share about my culture, about my country, about like the foods from my country, and then like I've learned a lot from my students also. And you told that you have the age category from very young age till 18.
Yeah.
I know I have a lot of friends who are teaching children, and they are saying this is the hardest job in the world.
Yes, honestly,
to
like
work with children because they are not sitting on one place. They need to run, they need to cry, they need to do like whatever, and you need to manage this house in some way. So, what is your experience? How you manage to teach children from very young category?
Honestly, like teaching young children, honestly, it's hard because like if you're trying to explain to them and then they don't understand what you mean, you need to find the easiest word for them to be able to understand. So your English will decrease. Honestly, for example, like you tell them like, okay, there's a lot of paper in there, and then they don't know what is a lot. And when you say more paper in there, they probably understand what you mean. So honestly, it's hard. So you need lots of patience. You need patience. You need to be jolly. You need to play with them. You need to sing and dance with them. But in the other way, honestly, it's a rewarding job. It's really a rewarding job because like they compliment you. They honestly like telling to their parents that, oh, my teacher is so nice. We played this, we danced, and then teacher also like taught us how to do this, how to do that. And I was explaining to my little ones that like they were like telling me that why we need to speak English, we're in Poland. So I was explaining to them that it's not about you are in Poland. What if you grow up and then you travel if you travel to the world to different countries and then you can able to communicate with them in English. What if you were lost? What if you're lost and then you need to find connections, how to get back to your apartment where you used to rent them? And then they were just like, it's okay, I will ask them in Polish. And I was like, no, it's not like that. Because for example, you will ask them, przepraszam pani, czy mówisz po polsku? Of course, for example, you went to Japan and then you were asking someone if they speak Polish. And then of course they will not gonna reply.
The chance is 1 of million.
Yeah, they will not gonna respond in Polish. It might be like, honestly, English is an international language, and then they will respond in English, and they understood what I mean. So the other way, I was like also telling them, what if you went abroad, or for example, like you went to because I have this student, like he kept on saying that like, oh, I went to Tunisia. Okay, Tunisia. Or for example, you don't know how to speak English, and then you feel hungry. So how do you ask a person in the restaurant that you are hungry and you want to buy something?
Yeah, only with gesture.
Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, honestly, yes, English is good. English is good." So they started like saying that English is good. Yes, English. Yes, English. When teacher Anna is here, we must speak English. And then when teacher Monica is here, we must speak Polish. So because like they have the little ones, we have like a Polish and English teacher. But with language school, honestly, just only English. So we're not obliged to speak Polish, even we know how to speak Polish. So at the language school, that is the rule. No Polish, even you know how to speak Polish.
Can we talk more about your experience of managing the papers in Philippines, like overseas Filipino worker? How this process looks like? How to get the papers which are allowing you to leave Philippines abroad and work abroad?
Honestly, like as an overseas Filipino worker, it's really hard for us to process paper. So the first, you must have a passport, of course, and then you need to apply to an agency, and you need to find a recruitment agency which has connections with different countries, and then they must register their agency first before they connect to different countries, and then you need to apply to them, and then once you had the interview, they will gonna tell you that, okay, you need to do this process. So the next step after like an interview, you need to do like medical. So
Medical insurance?
Yeah, no.
Or
it's not-
medical assessment?
Yeah, medical assessment from like everything, from your teeth, from your blood, and so on. And then you need to pass those exams, those medical exams, before you fit to that work. And then when you finish passing the exam, you must also attend to how do you call this? We have this like migrant workers. Like MWO, so we have that. So you need to have a certificate from them. But before it was Polo, and then you also need to have the certificate from OWA, so like Overseas Welfare, something like that. Workers.
Overseas workers abroad, yeah?
Yeah, something like that. And then if you have this, all of these are requirements, you need to obtain the visa. And then after obtaining the visa, of course, you need to book the flight and so on. And then, of course, you need to, if you want to go to Europe, honestly, like going to Europe is kind of hard because you need to show money as well. But like when you want to go to Taiwan, to Hong Kong, it's money, like it's not that really matter. You don't need to show lots of money for them. So, like, but entering Europe, Canada for us, and then the US, it's kind of really expensive. You need to show money that you can able to provide for yourself when you reach to that country. So basically, it was easy for me because like it was my first time when I applied to Hong Kong, and the first interview, I had an employer, and then after that, the next day they asked me like, you need to do the medical assessments, you need to pass these assessments, and then after passing this assessment, after like 2 days, they were like telling me that you need to undergo to this training, you need to go to this training to get the certificate, and after that you can able to go to Hong Kong. And then like it was easy. And after 2 months I flew to Hong Kong, and then after like working in Hong Kong for 3 months, yeah, I applied to the Canada, I applied to
Why it was so short experience in Hong Kong?
honestly, like I can say that Hong Kong is beautiful. Hong Kong is a very nice place, but Hong Kong is expensive.
Expensive, okay.
It's really an expensive city. Like everything is expensive there, rent and so on.
If to compare with Poland, how
like Poland is way more cheaper than
Cheaper?
Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I decided to stay here, and I'm planning to stay here for quite long. Like honestly, I'm planning to retire in Poland because I can say that Poland is not yet a paradise for me, but Poland changes everything to me. And I guess I'm doing great in Poland right now.
From how long you are in Poland?
Almost 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so very soon you can apply for the long-term resident.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that because like I wanna live in here. I wanna retire in Poland. I don't know. I'm just in love with Poland. That's the thing.
Poland is cool. Right now, Residence Angels registering company for you, so you can start run your business in Poland. How's your experience?
Honestly, like Residence Angels helped me a lot. It's honestly a smooth transaction for me, and they are really good. Like they are manageable. They are also how do you call this? They are also welcoming foreigners. If you want to open in a business in Poland, Residence Angels is good for you.
Thank you very much. Regarding the company, it's possible to open even remotely. When people are in Poland, either in Poland or somewhere abroad, so we don't care. We can open the company in any of this mode. And opening the business, it's always sounds very easy. Just, okay, I will be managing, I will be big boss in my company, I will hire a lot of staff, I will fire a lot of staff, then again, like from zero. But technically, there are much more deeper things which you have to follow also. In Poland, everything also circling about taxes. When you are settling up the business, you need to follow the tax machine, which charges you is VAT, PAT, CAT if you are a spółka, and you need to pay everything on time. You have deadlines. Otherwise, it will bring you executions on your bank account, and you can be blacklisted by tax office and have some additional verifications from their side. So when you're opening a business, you need to be very conscious, because there are many things which you also have to manage. You have to set up the accountant. This is the first thing after opening the company. Then we'll start the legal matters. If you decide to hire a person, you need to prepare the contracts. Accountant will, of course, help you with additional papers which you need to sign beside the contract, like statements for the ZUS, statements for PPK. It depends for which type of contract you will go. But like there are many things which you also have to settle when you're opening company. And have you learned about that? And how complicated is that for you?
Honestly, like I was thinking before I opened the business, but I know that Residence Angels is with me. So I don't need to worry about
We will
things.
not leave you alone for sure.
Yes, exactly. And then you guys are really convenient. So every time like I'm sending a message to your consultant, they honestly like reply as much as fast as they can. So that is the really good thing. So I experienced that really good experience with my my other
Previous agency. Yeah, or
no, my other lawyers.
other lawyers.
So if I send them a message this morning, they will respond after 2 days, and that's also not nice. And Residence Angels, honestly, they respond as fast as they can.
Yeah, for us, this is the first priority. Like normally in the business culture, if you are cooperating as if you are providing some professional services to foreigners or not foreigners, doesn't matter. In the business culture, always we are keeping 24 hours for reply. So when somebody is texting you, like 24 hours, you can rely on that amount of time that you will be replied. In our case, like when we are getting emails from the customers, usually it's something urgent. Like in most of the cases, something happened. Like they are bringing some ideas about the case. Like we have standard procedures of how we are running TRC. We have our internal protocols, how we are managing it. But when it comes to some requests from clients, it's always something urgent and we have to reply fast. So we don't have a choice actually here. So we need to manage everything on time and reply even sometimes on weekends, because like recently we had the case with one of our clients. He had some like important situation in the family, so we were even managing everything on weekends, in the late night, replying, sending the letters. So we are always on the client side. Whatever is happening, we are with client, and I think this is one of the strongest part of our business. What kind of business you want to open? What can we share to people?
Yeah, sure.
Announce what it will be.
So the business is all about dealing with the international students who want to study in Poland. So right now, I have some clients from the Philippines and South Africa. But like, I don't know what Poland Embassy in South Africa doing right now, because like it's hard for us to book an appointment for visa. But like we're looking forward to it. And yeah, so honestly, Poland is one of the cheapest country in Europe. Poland is like our country. So we are the only Catholic country in in Asia in general. So the only Catholic country in Southeast Asia, and Poland is Catholic also. It's a Catholic country, and also like we have like similarities. It's especially with our cultures, and then with our foods, and sometimes like words, Polish words to Filipino words are the same.
Okay. Any words you can tell which can sound similar?
So like komare, mosquitoes in our language. Komare is someone, godmother of your kid.
Okay.
Or your kid or kids. So you can call them kumare, and then when it's a guy, kumpare. Kumare or kumadre, kumare or kumpare. So something like that. And then we also have the payong. So payong in Poland is spider. So in our country, payong is an umbrella. And then also like droga. Droga in Poland is a way, but droga in our country is a drugs.
Oh.
So like few words from Polish, and then a few words from Filipino.
Yeah, that's cool. I think in every language there will be some similarity. And you will be recruiting students from Philippines and settling them to Poland.
Yes,
will you
exactly.
be helping them with finding an apartment or some local things beside the recruiting to university?
Yes, honestly. So I have a contact, and then I have a friend. So they are like, he owns 35 apartments in Warsaw. So they will be helping me for that. And then my consultant is also a student. So she is doing her master in Poland, but she's from our country. So she knows how to process the visa and then the applications. And then, but she's working for a bank right now. So while doing her masters, so she's working for a bank, and then as a consultant from my company.
That's great. So in your future team, there will be people with practice experience, like in moving and settling as a student here. You know how it's very important for the people who are newcomers in Poland. They do not know anything how everything works here, because in another country, another culture, how study will go, because I came as a student here. So it's very important for the student who is coming here to give him full support, even with apartment, with some advices, where to go, where not to go. For example, Praga for the first time,
Yeah.
you know, like some tips where to go for shopping, where you can catch the promotions. It's called orientation service. Like when he's coming to Warsaw, at least he knows the basics, where to go, where to see some entertainments, and so on.
But honestly, like Warsaw is convenient. Like you have the Yakdojady. So like transportations are really connected. So it's not really hard for the foreigners. But of course, you must learn the language. So I came to Poland. It was really hard for me because like I was living in a small town near in Kołobrzeg. And like people from that village, they don't speak English. And it was so really hard for me because I'm from the Philippines, I'm from Southeast Asia, so I eat rice every day. Excuse me, where can I find a shop in here? It was like, nie mówisz po angielsku. And I was like, well, it's hard for them to like, and we need to translate the phrases to with them. But like in Poland, at the first place, it was really hard for me because like if you don't speak Polish, they keep on saying no. So like and it really pushes me hard to learn Polish.
Of course, this is a very cool motivation.
Yeah.
But Polish people, they are very friendly when you are learning it. Even you are doing a lot of mistakes while trying to communicate with them in Polish, they will support you. They will like when I was in Germany. And I was learning German there, and I was talking with some locals. I was asking how to go this way, where to find the shop. Of course, I was doing mistake, but those mistakes were not so significant for them not to understand what I'm saying. I was asking them, and I felt they understood me. But they thought, sorry, I don't understand. There was like simple mistake in pronunciation, and they thought, sorry, Entschuldigung, I don't understand, and they just were going away. In Poland, when you speak with some Polish person, in Polish, even in low-level Polish, they will be very friendly, they will help, they will guide, and so on. They will be speaking with you in that way, so will be understanding easily. Like they will not use, over hard, over complicated words.
Exactly, that's true. So when I asked someone, przepraszam pani, czy mówisz po angielsku? And it was like, słabo, ale czemu? And I was like, bo mój język polskiego tylko trochę. And they was like, no, pani mówisz bardzo dobrze po polsku.
Exactly.
And I was like, no, honestly, my Polish is not really good. But like, honestly, they Polish people, they help me a lot. Like to communicate, my students, my colleagues at work. They, because like I have a part-time job in the morning, so I'm dealing with students also, but majority of the teachers there, they are Polish teachers, and then we also have English teachers, but the Polish teachers, I know that they understand the English, but they are afraid to speak English, and then they are communicating with me in Polish, and then I'm responding in English. But sometimes if they don't understand what I mean, I respond in Polish. So I'm learning Polish from them, and then they're learning English from me.
Exactly. I think this exchange is very fair.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you participate in any cultural events which are organized by Filipinos in Poland?
Yeah, so I'm a part of PPSA, so it's a Polska Filipinas Sports Association Foundation. So we have a basketball event in Warsaw, so it's a league. And then, yeah, I'm also participating the Mars Project. So Mars Project is dealing with different trainings, lessons, English lessons, massage, florist things for fellow Filipinos. But like the Mars Project is not also for not only for Filipinos. We also have Africans, African people, like they are joining us in every event. And then also we have the St. Antonian Institute. So it's a Filipino Catholic church. So we are welcoming up people from honestly Russia, Ukraine, India, Nepal, Rwanda. We have plenty of foreigners in there. And then we honestly have this Polsko Pilipinas foundation. So the foundation is belongs to a Polish guy, so I think he's a lawyer. And then he's teaching us. He teaches us English. He teaches us Polish, so we're having a lesson with him, so online, but like an hour lesson. But he helps us a lot. So in some case, because he found that Philippines and Poland is almost similar. And then he was telling us that I love the Philippines because I found Philippine culture, and it's almost the same in Poland. And then I was so really happy because he has an interest in our country, and then he helped us in many ways. So community in Poland is quite strong. Like the Filipino community in Poland is quite strong, and not just in Poland. So in every country, if there is a Filipino community there, we always manage to make some events for our fellow Filipinos. And also embassies, Philippine embassies in different countries, they are supporting Filipino communities wherever we are.
My friends are asking about Philippines, and everything what they know about Philippines, beautiful beaches. Sorry, beaches is not sounding good, because.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Okay. How it's called? How to say about this? Beautiful nature. Let's see.
Philippines is a tropical country, so we are surrounded by water. We don't have a neighbor countries like Poland.
How many islands is there?
So we have 7,641 islands.
You know the names of everybody?
No.
Every of them?
No. The main three major islands, the biggest islands is the Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and I'm from the northern part of Luzon. So we don't have much beaches in there. But Philippines, we are rich with natures. We are rich in nature. We are rich in nature. So you can find different kinds of beach in our country. So we have the black sand beach, white sand beach, and then pink sand beach.
It's only in your island, or it's another one?
So in a different part of our country. And then we are also rich in lagoons. So we have lots of lagoons in our country, like honestly, like really blue, crystal blue lagoons in our country, and then underground rivers, caves, and volcanoes. So in our country, we have 324 volcanoes, but just only 24 are actives. So
It's
24.
amazing. Like I'm following TikTok bloggers who are traveling, and they often telling about Philippines. They're engaging people to come there because it's very cheap. Of course, tickets are not cheap.
Yeah.
But if to skip it, like to spend time in Philippines are much more cheaper than to live in Poland, for example. And you can work as a freelancer and
Yes.
stay in Philippines and enjoy life because nature there, it's something very amazing. As you are telling, I watched everything like on the TikTok of those people, and it's some amazing beauty.
Yeah, honestly. And then I think there is a Polish community in our country. So they married Filipina and then decided to live and like build their home in our country. So yeah, I guess so. Because I found some of the Filipinas, they are like living in Poland, living in the Philippines with their Polish husbands. So yeah, they started loving the Philippines maybe because of the weather. Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, I would like to visit Philippines one day for sure.
Yeah, finger crossed for that. So I'm hoping for you to visit my country.
Which period of the year is best for traveling?
Like right now, because like it started in March, April, May until July, I guess.
So right now is high season
Yeah,
for visiting.
honestly, and then Christmas season.
And what, like, if we'll be taking the worst weather in Philippines, so in which part of the year? It's like December, January.
Yeah, something like that until February, the rainy days, and then May. It started. It's starting in May, so May, June, July.
Rainy days. What do you mean?
Like
It's like rain non-stop, like day night.
yes, sometimes like yeah, it happens. It happens like that. So yeah, so I experienced when I was a kid something like that. When I was a kid, like I experienced more than 3 days non-stop raining, and it was a heavy rain. It was a heavy rain.
It's like you're not going even outside. So it's like with wind. Like
Yes.
Okay.
And then because like we don't have neighbor countries, so we normally experience typhoons in our country. So majority like typhoons from south or east, from the east part of our country. But like yeah, more than 20 typhoons per year.
It's something incredible. Like in Poland, you may see tornado one time per year life only.
Yeah, and then like because we have the islands in our country, so we have plenty of islands, like also disasters. Disasters in our countries, so in our country, so disasters in our country, but like it's still okay because like we experience the typhoon, for example, after 2 days, and then the typhoon is gone, and then everyone like has to repair their houses and so on,
And
then
life continues.
yes, exactly.
That's cool. Thank you very much for visiting us today. It
my
was
pleasure.
very interesting to listen about your experience, the storytell. I believe it will inspire people who are planning to come here or who are staying here, looking for a job for a year. And sorry, guys, no excuses. Just work hard on about your dream, about your future, and see the good example of Anna. And you will be also inspired. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Also, it's my pleasure to be here with Residence Angels.